Okay. Let me see what we got going on here, man. Hello there. Hello. What we have here? Comments, man. let me see what's going on here, man. We got IG here, IG folks here. Hello. We have YouTube audience. I'm just waiting for the people to come in. Who that? Blessings. I mean, listen, I don't be doing IG like that. Yeah, but I once in a while I tune into IG. Good afternoon. Tina Chin, a longtime viewer. Tina Chin, a longtime viewer. Yeah, I remember you from like back from my other account, man. Yeah. So we back and doing this. We try to get the numbers up. As of course, basically we doing a Q&A, open Q&A, so you can ask your questions. Hello there, Nikki. How are you? Most welcome. Nah, I don't take students like that, man. Nah. I don't have. I don't take students like that, man. If I see something in you, then I'll call you out the mix. Then I'll bring you in. But other than that, when it comes down to this type of work here, I got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like if I pull somebody in, somebody recently asked me about that. Can I take them in? I'm like, sis, I gotta, I don't know all about that. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, again, this is how it usually is. If somebody finds something in you, that's when they give you the game. But other than that, man, I don't know, man. When people don't discriminate when it comes to just, this stuff here, that always leads into disasters, But yeah, let me look at these comments here. Hold on, what we got here? Finally got on alert. YouTube is ridiculous. Oh, you missed me? But yes, I'm back. I'm definitely back. I'm back on the grind. Yeah, you need to definitely come on. I see you watching from the TikTok. You watching from Facebook. You need to come back to the YouTube audience. You know what I'm saying? The YouTube audience, that's where it's lit. We working on the YouTube. AP, I see it. You just got the YouTube notification. Dude, Rondo with the convo. Keep staying fresh, Elmira. Very motivating. Of course, you got to stay on top of your shit. What we got here? Fairly new follower. I just on YouTube. Okay. I mean, everybody following from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm glad to hear Killer Kim, fairly new. Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely glad you tuning in, you subscribing. But here you're live on YouTube right now. Yes, of course. Can you talk about the difference between? Somebody asked me a question here. Can you talk about the difference between the Master of the Woods and the new street sweeper for wing for new street sweeper ring for wealth and attraction? See, the thing about it is, you know what? Let me give you guys an illustration. Where is my shit at? Hold on, because we're talking about the street sweeper ring. Let me give you an illustration, man. Because I always carry one with me when in my travels. Let me open up real quick. Let me open up my travel kit. Yes, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to answer that. Let me highlight this question. One second. I'm going to get into that. Hold on. I got to highlight this question. But remember, your super chat questions are always a priority. So listen, I'm glad that I have a full house here. Please do not be shy on the super chat. If you want your questions to put to the front of the list, you know what I'm saying? Definitely hit the super chat up. Okay. So I hope you guys are able to see this. But I know it's dark right now. Whatsoever, my setting is a little dark, whatsoever. But here is, oh my God, let me see if I can put it in front of the ring. Yes, I can get it. This is like the white street sweeper. Basically, it's the gold, the new one, with the white diamonds. I know we usually have this pyramid design with the black diamonds, but you can actually see it here that it has white diamonds instead. So now what's the difference? What's the difference? And for my IG followers, okay, let me show you something. Hold on. Basically, for my IG followers, basically some people want to know what's the difference between this here and the original black diamond one versus, well, let me say this one here versus what I call a Master of the Woods, and it's a lion's ring. Basically, the difference is the Master of the Woods, the lion ring is there for when you are already set up. Your life's already together. Say you're working whatsoever, but you just want to elevate your cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to elevate where you're at in life, that's definitely the ring to go for. It offers a sense of protection, but I usually say the super aggression comes from the street sweeper, black diamond. This one here, again, this ring here is fairly new. It's definitely a variation of the street sweeper, but it's with the white diamonds. This one is more for attraction rather than revenge, because the other one, the black diamond pyramid, and the other variation of this, it's more of like for love situations, let's just say attraction, because it definitely makes you appealing to the eyes and easy on the eyes, but it's also good for wealth. So therefore, the difference between the Master of the Woods, I don't recommend it if you don't already have anything going on. If you have, business going on, cool. You can basically get that to elevate your position. Now, the street sweeper, the white diamond one, if you're on if you are trying to basically get things going, I recommend that. If you're trying to basically get love in your life, moving, whatsoever, attraction, then I recommend that. Now, I got a super chat question. Hold on. She got to get moved to the front of the list. Oh, glad you're here, Tina Chin. But now I got a super chat question. Here it goes. Now, this is a question they have here. IG, hello. But listen, let me get to the super chat question. This super chat question is, so I was doing money work using candles, and the candle stopped burning on its own. Do you think it's okay to relight it? Never, ever relight a candle that went out on its own. I don't know why, but it's a strange reaction that you get. If the candle went out on its own, or if you blew it the fuck out, do not relight it. Because what you're going to find is that when you relight a candle that went out on its own, you're going to find that everything begins to happen in reverse. So now bad luck starts happening. Things start going left. Things start going out of this world. So I don't ever recommend that if a candle goes out on its own, that you relight it. Now, another thing that you need to pay attention to, why did the candle go out? See, I'm not going to say, oh, was the air? That's not what I mean. Pay attention to the environment that's being affected by that work. Because I remember, listen, you know what? I'm going to change the people around the story. Let me just put the story like this. There was a lady that was doing candle work once. There was someone that was harassing her. When I mean harassing her, let's just say this guy was doing a very good job at harassing her. She was burning a white candle for protection, right? This guy was harassing her for probably a couple of years. But due to his job, he was able to do that and not get in trouble for it. I mean, you can speculate, for you people listening, y'all can speculate to say, what type of job this person had. But I'm not going to say that for privacy purposes. But this guy was taking advantage of his position, his job position, and he was stalking this female, making her life a living hell. So she went to go burn some candles for protection. Don't you know, one day the candle went out, and the next day she reads on the news that this guy that was harassing her ended up dying in a car accident. So this is why I say, when the candle goes out, you need to investigate, why did the candle go out? And again, I don't necessarily mean by, oh, was it wind blowing? No. Pay attention to the environment that's being influenced by that work. So if you had a history of doing work like that and you've seen that work affected your job, then you need to pay attention to your job to see what that means. Because when the candle gets blown out like that, it could have trapped something. It could have caught something, So yeah, that's what I have to say for that question. Let me go back. I answered that question. Well, Ezra Lee Young. Somebody asked me to talk about Ezra Lee Young. Well, I would say this. Depending on where you go, it will definitely vary. Young image can be a tree with a whole bunch of dolls on it. Young can be a variation of the Ezra Lee, the pictures that people use for Ezra Lee Donto, Chezatoa. I forgot, Chezatoa or something like that. I would say no, Mata Dolorosa, that's for Ezra Lee Fuida. But we have Chezatoa, the Black Madonna. Now, there is another variation of the Black Madonna that people utilize to contact Ezra Lee Young. Now, Young is a spirit that people usually go to when it comes to love situations to, let us say, enforce the love. There's a lot of things that can happen to people. But this spirit here, I don't put her on the level of Ezra Lee Donto or Ezra Lee Ziawuj. In between those, I would say she's a step down in aggression. But not to say that Mapa Young can't basically handle business. It's just a level of stepping down. What a person has to understand, why there is all these variations of Ezra Lee Donto. Because Ezra Lee Donto, the reason why there's variations is because there are aspects of that particular energy. So you may have Ezra Lee, but now you have Ezra Lee the kind, Ezra Lee the malicious, Ezra Lee the happy, Ezra Lee the joyful. So you have expressions of that spirit broken down into different categories, like into different groups. So you have a whole different personality. It's an extraction from the original personality. So you have Ezra Lee, but again, you have all these extractions of her. Have any of y'all ever watched that movie Silent Hill Part 1? That's the best explanation that I can give to you. When you watch the movie Silent Hill Part 1, the main actor that created that I guess a child, the main actor went into this child's dream, but all the demons in there were a figment or a part of that child's dream that the main actor was in. But basically, that main actor, the child, the I guess the how do I just say this? The main enemy of the movie was this child, but she created this fantasy world. But in a fantasy world, there was different destructive parts of that child's psyche. So we can look at it like this: each aspect that you get, whether it's Mapi Young, whether it's Glenn Ezra Lee, whether it's Ezra Lee Donto, whether it's Freda, whether it's Mapi Young, Sat Kuto, all of these are extractions of the original spirit. They're parts of it. So just like, I want to explain this, just like when you have pictures of people, right? You can break each individual who have passed away into aspects. You can take the picture of this person who passed away when they were happy. You can take a picture of them when they were fishing. You can have a picture of them when they were on a bike. You can have a picture of them when they was in the military. So all these aspects are the same person. It's just different parts of them that's been extracted for a person's own personal use. So I'm giving y'all a lot of game here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm giving up a lot of game here, man. So let me see what we have here. We have some more questions here. Hold on. Someone asked me, what is the longest I've seen Marinette love work play out? What? I'm gonna tell you, this is the most craziest. This is the most craziest one that I ever seen. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. This person asked me, can you please talk about the longest you've seen Marinette work play out? What I tell my clients and I tell people all the time is that this shit does not run out. I'm going to answer that next super chat in a few. I'm going to finish answering this and I'm going to get to a super chat. Okay. I remember there was this individual that I did work for years ago. Years ago. Woo! I would say probably like 8 years ago. 1 second, let me see something. Hold on. About 8 years ago, I did work for this individual. Now, mind you, I forgot all about it. I guess the guy didn't care anymore, got rid of the work. I don't know. But there was a specific way this guy, I guess, patient ran dry. He never said anything to me. So let's just say he disposed of the work. But I'm not going to say how, because in that there's a trick in that. That right there sealed the deal, what he did. Unknowingly. So he put the work someplace and let it be. Everything together. 8 years later, the guy hits me up the other day to tell me, yo, Leonard, you're a fucking beast. The shit you did had the girl going crazy. Basically, I mean, listen, there's a thing in Haitian Creole called déjouer. Déjouer, now, in Creole, this word déjouer, it means when a person becomes addicted. When you're working with the intranquil spirit, what you're going to find is that sometimes people can become alcoholics, they become drug addicts, they start doing all types of shit that's beyond their character. You know what I'm saying? So listen, this guy did what he did with the work whatsoever. 8 years later, he hits me back and tells me, yo, you're the fucking man, you're a beast whatsoever, because that job has been somewhere for God knows how long. Ever since he left that job where it was, that lady had been trying to get back to him for fucking damn near 8 years. Trying to get back with him. So, in and out. And the other day, he hits me up to let me know that this female was trying to get back with him. He did his job 8 years ago. This woman never, ever let this man go. Never, ever let him go. So, what I'm saying to you is this. A lot of you people, you're short-term motherfuckers. And this is why things don't work out for you, because you give up too early. See, when I talk to you clients, I tell you that this shit does not stop. Listen, once you do it, the way I tell you, it doesn't stop. Now, if you do things contrary to the way I told you, or if you basically do things your own way, that's a different story. But there's a way to stop the job, and there's a way to keep it going forever. And the way that client did it, he let it go on forever. So only way that job can stop is if he would basically take that job. No, I'm not going to say, I'm giving too much game. I'm not going to do that, man. But that's the longest, all right? So now let me get to this super chat question. Nisa Love, I see you. Fire, she got a fire emoji. Yeah. Hold on, let me hit this super chat up. Okay. Is selling a soul. Okay. Is selling a soul spiritually more effective than money magic? And what would be estimated time an individual would have to do another? Now, so I'm going to read that again for you guys. Is selling a soul more? Now, okay, let me put the italics on here. Is selling a soul, italics, or parentheses, italics or so? Okay, anyway, spiritually more effective than money magic, and what would be the estimated time an individual would have to do another? The cleanest way that I can say this for social media, selling a rival soul. Selling a rival soul spiritually. There isn't really an estimated time. Let's just say when your target is no longer available. They have went to their pays sans chapeau. They have went MIA. Let's just say they are missing in action. This is when you can renouveler job là, or you can renew the job. First, your target can no longer be available. Now, you can use your own imagination to know what that means. As long as they're present, as long as they're breathing, you can monetize off of them. Now, what does that mean when you sell a rival soul spiritually? What it is that you're giving someone in return for prosperity in your life. You want to prosper. You want to have good things happening for you. This person's life begins to go downhill while yours comes up. That's basically what it is. So now you can reap the benefits of love. You can reap the benefits of money. It all depends on who you utilize to sell this individual, to give this individual up. People do it all the time. They're not even aware of it, especially when they were using Intranquil spirit. Oh, man. But yes, that's it. When they are no longer available, when they are missing in action, that's when you can bring a new target into the equation. Okay, now let me look at this. Okay, let me look at the IG. I have a friend who is unalived that I see in my dreams. Is this his way of trying to contact me? Could possibly be. If they have been unalived and you see them in your dreams and see them in your sleep, they could be possibly trying to make communication with you. Okay, thank you for all your videos. You are welcome. Thank you. Okay, next question. Is it true that a person's met debt partially has to do with the month they were born in? Well, listen, I put it like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, I just put it like this. Some things are not meant to be said. So if that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But what I will say is that personal energy has a lot to do with whose met that individual possesses, or whomever that spirit will be assigned to that person, their personal energy. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, yeah. Can you talk about the difference? Okay, let me see something. Let's see what we got here. What do we got here, man? Uh-oh. What do we have here? Let me see this. What? It was. Hold on. What is this? Okay, let me. Okay, 1 second. I'm just looking at these questions here. Is it true? So listen. Actually, I'm going to have to cut this live short today because I see someone is here that I wasn't expecting to be here so early. So I'm going to have to cut this live. 1 second. 1 second. Actually, I'm going to do this final question and then I'm going to be out. When making a pact with spirits, Gede, more of the dead, is it possible to drink? Is it possible to drink and eat more? Hold on. Okay. When making a pact with spirits, Gede, more of the dead, is it possible to drink and eat more? I don't understand that. I don't understand that question. You have to be more specific. You got to be more specific. Phoenix, you got to be more specific. Please be more specific. When making a pact with spirits, Gede, more of the dead, is it possible to drink and eat more? You got to be more specific. I answered your question. You paid a super chat. Oh, you actually wait. Hold on. Because I'm wondering, are these old questions? CC, what is these? Why is these questions coming up live? Starred? Who starred these live? Okay, I'm just looking at these. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get this thing together. Because I'm wondering, are these comments old or are they new? Okay, 1 second. I'm going to answer these as if they are new. When making a pact, okay, AC Phoenix, can spirits increase your appetite? Okay, that's what you mean. See, one thing about when you're serving spirits, you take on some of their characteristics. When you are connecting with spirits, you take on some of their characteristics. So if this spirit liked to smoke, you may find yourself being attracted to smoking. If this spirit liked to drink, you may find yourself being attracted to drinking. So I wouldn't doubt it. I would say there's a possibility that's the case. Because every time a person connects with certain spirits, you take on some of their characteristics and habits. Okay, you did too? I just noticed that. I was wondering, are those old questions? Okay, I just see that. 1 second. I'm about to get to this real quick. Hold on. Okay. In selling a soul. Okay, I just answered that question. Maybe you're gonna have to watch this as an encore presentation. The encore version of this to see that because I already answered that question. So now I'm gonna go to this one here. What's the difference between? Okay, what's the difference between the master? Okay, what's the difference between the Medusa and the Master of the Woods ring? And does the ring and pendants work exactly the same as the rings, or are rings better? To be honest with you, they both work the same. It's really about, no. When I say working the same, I'm making reference to rings and necklaces. They definitely do the same thing. It's more about preference when it comes to that. Now, on the ring level, what's the difference between the Master of the Woods and the Medusa? See, the Medusa ring. It's more for influencing people. It does definitely adds protection, especially when traveling. If you're traveling, the Medusa ring is very powerful. It's definitely good for traveling. Now, if you're trying to be influential, whether it's through a business negotiation or so, you may find that things go in your favor, where the Master of the Woods is different. Master of the Woods is pretty much elevating your position in life. Again, if you're on a job, you may find that you get a promotion. That's what you may find. You may find that you get promoted. You may find that you get pushed in the front of the line. The Master of the Woods is definitely a tool that is definitely can be used for traveling, but mainly people get it for protection as well as elevation on whatever in the careers that they're in. But let me see this IG statement. Okay, Boko, I'm looking at a 6-month contact job. Is it possible 3 months into it to do work to keep it full time or an extension? What would be the cost? I can't explain that. I can't give you the cost on live. We have to talk behind the scenes. We have to call, we have to talk behind the scenes. You can definitely message me for that. But I need you to clarify your question. I'm looking at a 6-month contract job. Is it possible 3 months into it to do work to keep it full time or an extension? I think you need to contact me in my DMs so I can get elaborate, so you can elaborate a little bit more, because it's not coming clear to me what you wrote there. Okay, next. Can spirits increase your appetite? Okay, let me look at this. Hold on. And a super chat. Yes, I did. Okay, I answered that already. Okay, so I answered that already. Okay, so now. Okay, I had a dream about a mango tree. A mango tree. I had a dream about mango tree. The tree was full of ripe mangoes, and I ate one of the mangoes. The mangoes was delicious and ripened. Okay, all right. What is the meaning of the dream mango tree? I was also picking mangoes off the tree and put it in a basket. I think that has to revolve from being in that. I think that's a positive omen. From what I hear, I think that's a positive omen. And with that being sweet like that, maybe easy, whatever you're doing at the moment, that's can be in line for work or in matters of the heart, it may be smooth sailing for you. It may go easy for you. But then again, that also depends on a cultural factor because it can relate to culture. I don't know what culture you're from. Say if you're in the Caribbean, it can have a meaning depending on, it can have a different meaning where you're from. If you're from America, if you're born in America, that can have a different meaning for you. So it all really depends on what they're trying to convey to you. But from the outside looking at what you've basically written, I think it's a good omen. I think it's a positive omen. I think it's a very bright outlook on what it is that you're going through in your life presently. I would lean more towards it being in matters of the heart. Boko, you deal with pitfall with love. Would job be used on a target? Boko, you deal with pitfall with love. Would job be used on a target? I mean, listen, a job, you gotta understand, like I always say to people, you gotta get out of these terminology things when it comes to voodoo, right? You gotta get out of terminologies because terminologies will get you confused. You'll be like, oh my God, oh my God. Like, you'll be so consumed by terminologies, like you're saying to me, job, spiritual spirits. Some spiritual spirits can be considered as job, contrary to what you've actually read or heard from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may find, I'm about to use Chicago slang though. I'm about to use Chicago slang. You have people saying this spirit is a job, this is a law. Whole time though, you find people in Haiti calling specific law in Vodou job or baka. A job is any spirit that causes bad things to happen to a person or bloodshed. See, I was about to dip out, you know what I'm saying? I was about to dip out. Yeah, hold on. Let me message this person real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Yeah, I had to let them know that I'm basically, hold on. Yeah, so basically, so I'm going to stick in this because it seems like it's getting pretty active right now. Yeah, hold on. What we have here? Okay, I had a dream. Me and some young boys, and we were looking for a black baby goat, but then it disappeared. That's a very mystical dream. Anytime you see a black goat, that is definitely a mystical dream. The last one was about mangoes. That's a very mystical dream. That's a very mystical dream, and that's very puzzling because that has a deeper significance. A black goat then it disappears. That's a very mystical. Whatever the fuck you're in, whatever you're in. Oh, Tina Chen. Yeah. So I would recommend that you look into that. What do they mean on both sides of the culture? What do both mean? But I wouldn't be surprised that both of them have a good like association when it comes to the dreams. But yes, getting back to Paul Allen, for a black goat to disappear, that is very mystical. And that is even puzzling at the moment for me. I would definitely keep my eyes open. Are paranormal activities a sign of growth? No, you know what I'm saying? Paranormal activities can be a sign that you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Poltergeist activity, I would say this, then it could be a spirit trying to get in communication with you. But in the world of voodoo, when you have poltergeist activity happening, that's not really a good sign. That could be the spirit trying to catch your attention and tell you that something that you're doing is off. You're not supposed to be, you're not supposed to be having spirits calling your name in the middle of the night. Jessica, Jessica, Jessica. Nah, if you got that going on, then you must be doing something wrong. Come outside. Come outside and play. Nah. Okay. You're welcome. The sacrifice doesn't choose you. You're going to have to deal with that issue on your own. What? The sacrifice doesn't choose you. You're going to have to deal with that on that issue on your own. I guess it is what it is. Why do you use tools in love magic? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Why do you use tools in love magic like the ones you send out to the clients? Won't it work without the tools? Hold on. Let me read this thing clearly. Let me read this thing clearly. Why do you use tools in your love magic like the ones you send out to the clients? Won't it work without the tools? Isn't sending the spirits out enough? I don't even think you understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? See, think about it in your mind. You're looking at things from face value. The way we do things is totally different. I would just say this is not for you to understand. You know what I'm saying? So in your mind, whether it's a jar, whether it's a doll, in your mind, that's all you see. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand what's going on. And it's not meant for you to understand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to explain it to you. So listen, what I would say, as long as the clients see what they see, that's all that matters. That's it. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? For you, all you just see is a jar and a doll. You may just see a ring. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if it's just a doll with, that's it, a stuffed doll, then that's all it is to you. You know what I'm saying? Hello, 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 hello. We just doing a Q&A up here. So if you got your questions about on a mystical level, I'm here to answer those questions for you. Okay. Okay, let me read this. We have a Q&A. Actually, we have a super chat. I lit that money candle. Dream I won 800K from a scratch off. The next day, I bought a scratch off and the candle had stopped burning. Thoughts? Mm, mm. Now, I would say pay attention. Pay attention to the environment. Pay attention. Maybe you wasn't supposed to. Maybe you wasn't supposed to play. Or maybe you were. But then again, something probably came up in the midst of that to block you from making that a reality. I wouldn't take dreams necessary face value 100% to say that this is a premonition of what's supposed to happen. Because you may have a dream that's giving you insight, and it's not necessarily to say this is exactly what's going to happen. So don't take that for face value, like, oh, I had a dream and this is how it's going to play out. That dream could be saying that, oh, you're on a verge of financial growth, financial success. But then again, I would investigate and pay attention to the things that follow that's influenced by that work that you're doing. Because if you do that, wow, I just had a deja vu. I had a deja vu that I've been here before. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I would do an investigation. Pay attention. What happened? What came in the midst of that? Was there any issues that happened with people that tried, just find out, just look at those things. Was there a factor? Because when a candle usually goes out, that means that it caught something. And when you investigate, you'll be like, okay, that's what it is. something came in the path and got caught up in this. Yeah. Patron, mwen lwa souvan, dim, m'a fè yon bon. M'a kompren fè yo. Faut écrit ba yo pi bien parce que m'a kompren ki sa écrit là, men. Ou mette patron mwen lwa souvan, dim, m'a fè yon bon. M'a fè yon bon. Ou pa bon explikasyon fè yo. All right? So listen. But yes, as far as that is concerned, I think the dream was saying something, but also I would recommend that you look into the physical side of it. Why did the candle go out? I mean, sometimes candle can go out for its own reason. Sometimes people can maliciously blow candles out, or people out of ignorance, they blow your candles out. I remember years ago, I went to a job, and this is like when I was in construction. Basically, I'm on a construction job making money. Then all of a sudden, candle gets blown out. I go home, I find my candle blown out. My ex-girlfriend at the time told me that she blew the candle out while I was at work. So she blew my candle out and I lost my job. The same day she blew it out. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on. Okay, I got some shit here. Man, hold on. I got a question. I got possessed. Hold on, man. I got some questions coming in here. Hold on. My law often tells me, okay, I'm going to get back to the Facebook. Let me answer this IG question. My law often tells me I'm doing great job. She doesn't like it when I'm upset. Well, don't calm down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to calm down. If they say you're doing a great job, but they get upset with you when you get upset, then you need to chill out then. You need to relax and start being a cool-headed individual so that you can find that the spirits like you more. If you're hot-headed, then how do you expect the spirits to be able to operate and deal with you? Chill out a little bit. So now, let me answer this here. Back to YouTube. She didn't know any better. That's why she blew the candle out. And this is when we was younger. She was like 27. I was probably like, what? She was in 27. What am I talking about? She had to be like 25 or something, or maybe we was the same age, but she didn't know any better. She was young. We both were young. I got a question. I got possessed. I got a possessed witch that wants my attention. Do I starve it or give her that which she seeks? Oh, I'm just saying, if you have a possessed witch that wants your attention, do you starve it or give her which she seeks? I mean, if she thirsty, you know what I'm saying? If she thirsty, I mean, the way you're saying it is that they're possessed or something, like, or maybe they're thirsty about something. I mean, listen, depending on what you mean, if it's aggressive or basically some social media beefing shit, I would say, man, listen, some people it's not even worth it. Like, I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, if it's a social media thing, is it really worth it? I realize a lot of these people on these spirit that's doing all the spirituality stuff on social media, a lot of them are not really like that. And as soon as you start kicking their ass in, that's when they want to report you. So I would say be careful with entertainment. But now, if it's on a more of an intimate note, then why not give them what they're asking for and basically do a good job at performing? All right. Okay. One second. Okay. Next. How can I tell my boyfriend? How can I tell if my boyfriend did love magic on me? I mean, listen. you can, if we're talking about the signs, I mean, you may find yourself being obsessed. You may find yourself having this uncontrollable urge to reach out to that person. You may find yourself becoming upset and crazy and angry with him when he doesn't talk to you. That's a possibility. It all depends. It all depends on what that individual done to basically, if that person even did it. It all depends on what the person has done. But there could be symptoms of, again, like I said, extreme jealousy, an extreme obsessive passion to speak to that person, a feeling of impending doom. If you don't talk to them, it all depends on what they've done. Things going left and right for you when you try to meet someone new. If things go left for you when you try to meet someone new, that can be a factor. So it varies according to what that person did, as if they did anything. One second. What do we have here? Which intranquil spirits ever come off the target, or do they have to get removed? I'm just saying, there is no, listen, there is no which intranquil spirit can stay or come off the individual. It all depends on who basically put that work in motion. You know, the thing is, some intranquil spirits can stay on that person for a lifetime. It all depends on how the person did it. There's no, oh, I just do it, intranquil spirit is going to stay. It all depends on how you do it. It's not about what spirit you use. It all depends on how you do it. But that's another ball game, though. Okay, well, listen. Like I said, I basically got somebody waiting out for me whatsoever. So listen, I'm gonna have to conclude this live. Thank you guys for participating, especially for your super chats. I'm gonna catch y'all guys in the next live. I'm out. Deuces.